draw here was a triumph of sorts. The truth was, as it turned out, they needed to win. Since then, City have only won in the Premier League. Arsenal, on their domestic travels, have also only won. Before today's game, there's to be a minute's applause in memory and recognition of Sir Howard Bernstein, honorary president of Manchester City, and Gary, a remarkable Mancunian.
Absolutely, I was very lucky to spend a lot of time with Sir Howard Bernstein, the man most responsible for the thriving modern Manchester that we see today. And we didn't share football teams. I was obviously a Red, he was a very, very big Blue, and I missed my debates and conversations with him, but one of the greatest influences in modern Manchester, no doubt about that.
Sir Howard Bernstein, whose impact on this club, on this city, on society in general, was incalculable. So 25 weeks since the last time they engage again, and so much may depend on this. Michael Oliver has charge of City Arsenal for the 6th time. Last October at the Emirates, there was a moment when he might have sent off Mateo Kovacic, but didn't. For now, Liverpool are top of the Premier League. 2 hours hence, it will be one of these. No one has scored more than City. Oh, there's a player down.
Yeah, Rodri's gone down straight away, and he's holding his head like he's been hit by Havertz, I think. Just out the corner of my eye, I saw a clash. Oh, I think he raises his arm, Havertz.
A collision inside the first 4 or 5 seconds of the football match here. There they are, right on the edge of the centre circle. Rodri crashes to the ground.
Well, there isn't the greatest view on camera, but it does look like there is a raised left arm from Havertz.
We see this a lot in the game now. A lot of teams play the ball back from the kick-off and it goes long, and you're trying to stop the opposition pressing and someone blocks. And Havertz is not having it. I mean, from what I've saw there from the collision,
Yeah, I think he's going to get away with it. I think it's not something that's going to be certainly red carded.
The VAR is John Brooks, who will be having as good a look at it as is available. And I'm hearing from him that he perceives it just to be body to body, each running into the other. Rodri got the rough end of the bargain, and his thumb is up.
Yeah, it's just from that angle there, you just see the left sort of arm, shoulder of Havertz. But we move on.
Michael Oliver's second whistle, 5 seconds after his first. And the game, after a full start, re-begins now with 2 minutes and a little bit more on its clock. By Saliba. No team has scored more goals so far than Manchester City. None has conceded fewer than Arsenal. Just 1 goal between them in 2 games last season, both off goalless European matches. starting a Premier League game for the first time.
And look how aggressive Manchester City. That's Ruben Diaz there. Arsenal left back position. They're going to be really aggressive, Manchester City, with that press.
But I think really good intent from Arsenal early on to play. I think that's the big shift that they need in the mentality from last season, where they were brilliant defensively. There's a lot to admire, but they've got to get on the ball, and they've done that in the early couple of minutes here.
Ruben Diaz. Kyle Walker, as against Brentford last weekend, starting up right full back. Been given.
Ooh. Ouch. Bit of a nasty one by Ireland there. Just getting all the music in, and then I'll put it onto a playlist, and then I'll keep it forever. Because I sort of need it. Oh, 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 oh. Quite a bit so far already. Mostly fouls, but... people say whistling. Arsenal's playing back to keeper. We, Baggies, we ended up drawing. Not drawing, no. We ended up winning our game. Decent game, to be fair. Did very well. We did. Couldn't have asked more. Ooh, Bernardo Silva just had a shot. Brilliant touch, and then it was just off. Out of everything there, it was the touch that was the best. We're the one and only West Brom. On the attack, Man City. Haaland. Haaland goal. Expected. Number one. It was just a very quick break there. Defense on the back foot. Can't do nothing, can you? Fell asleep for a minute, didn't they? Defenders. Simple there. They did not want that. Ugh.
Gundogan, Rodri, Savinho, Haaland. Free kick.
They've been fantastic in these first 14 minutes.
You can't
Manchester
watch
City,
I can.
including this man, he's gone down. It looks really sore. That little play there for Manchester City in such small space. Arsenal back in that 2 backs of 4. They can't quite win it back off them because the football's being so sharp.
You've got that nightmare scenario as an Arsenal fullback of having the wide player outside you, then you've got Bernardo Silva and Gundogan in those channels, which you've got to come in and narrow in and cover. It's a real problem.
I think of midweek and Inter Milan, they play with a back 5, and I've always felt that was probably a decent way to go up against this Manchester City team because of what you just mentioned. But when you're Arsenal, Liverpool are trying to compete with Manchester City, they are 2 of the only teams in the league who feel they can really come here and compete with the back 4.
Savinho and Gundogan either side of the ball. Both have already caught the eye. Gundogan! Oh! He saw a glint of light at the near post.
You can become so used to seeing Manchester City in 3rd and 4th gear and winning when you actually see them step up to 5th gear in a game like this. It's so impressive. It's a different level. And Arsenal are feeling it at this moment in time.
Truly, they have found the gear here.
This is a hang-in-there period in the game for Arsenal because it's not easy. What we're watching here is pretty damn good from the home team.
This is where if you're Arsenal, you've got to be have that defensive solidity. Maybe people question them about being too defensive last season, but for the next 15-20 minutes, that's exactly what they need to be.
Oliver's laying down the law before Savinho delivers the corner. Kanji and Timber.
City are almost doing what Arsenal do on these corners, where they're all sort of behind the back post and then make that run forward.
There's another off-the-ball incident here, and Rodri is writhing.
I was watching, I didn't think there was much in it at all, to be honest with you. And he's absolutely rolling that right leg all over the place. Rodri, he's struggling.
It might be the awkward fall. I don't think there's too much in the actual coming together, but it might be something with the knee. And it looks serious when you see the Manchester City players, the reaction when they look down at Rodri. There's nothing really there to coming together.
And just to say, Jamie, that the 4th official, the VAR, has offered the same analysis there. He's not blaming Thomas Partey in the least.
No.
And it has more to do, I think, with Rodri's tumble and maybe a leg giving way beneath him than it does to any physical hit. But it looks a worry for sure.
Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong at all, Partey. He was just matching the run.
Just hope it's not serious for him more than anybody, but so often when you see any injuries in the past and you feel like it was an innocuous challenge or not too much in it, so hopefully it's not too bad.
Well, they have of course been treating him very gently over the course of the last month or two. Rodri sustained that hamstring injury against England in Berlin in the middle of July, played an hour again for Spain in Switzerland the second half of last week's game against Brentford and the full 90 against Inter midweek. On his return to the Premier League 11 today, Rodri does look in some distress.
Quickly out my mum real quick, I'll be back in a minute. Yeah.
I mean, what a season. Not just a season, seasons, summer he's had. You see him there, he's just almost praying and hoping everything's okay. Just keep an eye on us. Just see Jars straight away, he goes for it. Just looking back at the goal, that man's finish was fantastic. But I just want to look at the role of Gundogan. Just keep an eye on Gundogan. He just drags Saliba. Saliba gets dragged out, and that space opens up between Gabriel and the centre back. And that finish. How often do you see Haaland open up his body and go for the far post? Sometimes you see players go with the outside of the foot and go the other side of the goalkeeper. He just kicks it straight. Very unusual finish, but that man has got every finish in the bag. What was the...
"22nd of September, and Erling Haaland has 10 Premier League goals already. His 100th City start, his 100th City goal.
When Haaland came from Borussia Dortmund, we expected to see loads of goals like that from him, but teams play so deep against Manchester City, it's very rare you get a chance to see him on the last line and open his legs.
Well, Pep Guardiola has received medical instruction now and would appear to have little option but to replace Rodri, whose natural replacement is, of course, Mateo Kovacic. Finally, the corner. Savinho delivers away from the near post by Havertz. VAR check here for a challenge on Haaland. Which has been waved away. Diaz, Haaland, Doku.
Can you hear me, Loz?
Partey went flying. Michael Oliver's got it all on here. Kovacic takes his place in City's midfield. There are a number of little subplots developing. And Michael Oliver had summoned the two skippers, Kyle Walker and Bukayo Saka, to talk through those. Meantime, here's Martinelli to drive at Walker and set it back for Calafiori! Oh, it's a beauty! What a strike! What a moment for Ricardo Calafiori to introduce himself to England's big league! City incensed now. This place is boiling.
Oh, we didn't think we'd get this game, but we're so glad we have. I think it's the fact that the free kick is taken quickly and City aren't ready, they're sleeping. And you can't take your eyes off this game, you can't take your eyes off this goal, but I can't take my eyes off those Arsenal fans in that far corner. It's absolute bedlam. And you just don't think this is the technique that can beat Ederson from that distance, but it does. It's a beautiful, curled, accurate effort that just goes inside that post. It's always going away from Ederson's left hand.
That is fury, that is damaging. Unalloyed anger versus unalloyed joy. Ederson has been booked for his complaints. He was certainly not the only individual to complain. Doku. Running away from Saka. Handing it up towards Bernardo Silva. And Savinho. Walker. Savinho. Doku round the back.
Well, we're hearing that the problem that City have is that the free kick was taken 10 yards away from where the original foul was.
Quarter of the game has flown by here. It's quite a bout. Diaz, Walker. Timber ahead of Doku. Don't often see Pep Guardiola's heart so blatantly spread across his sleeve. Akanji. Savinho. Calafiori's tight. Doku. Dancing off Saka. Akanji. Savinho, Walker, Diaz, Savinho, Silva, away by Calafiori, in again by Kovacic, beautifully taken by Gundogan, carried away by Trossard.
The fact that Arsenal got back into the game, you might see a little bit more of this. You talk about the game opening up, but Arsenal at one stage there when the cross came in, every outfield player in the box defending.
Walker, Kovacic. Martinelli can hair away. Kovacic bit back. Gundogan for Savinho. Calafiori in retreat. Partey in a tight spot. Trossard out of that tight spot. Diaz across in front of Havertz, who was right on his ankle.
Yeah, it was only a couple of months ago that was in a stadium in Berlin and Rodri went off at half-time in a Euros final against England, and you thought it would be something that could sway the game towards England, and that didn't happen. I just wonder how this game will be affected and impacted by his absence.
Where he began. The first half hour here. Bruises and
There we
brilliance.
go.
Oh, a little bit of damage to the furniture. Gundogan. Bernardo Silva, Savinho. He can worry Calafiori. Savinho, Haaland. Away from him by Saliba.
There we
Walker.
go.
Savino's just shown Calafiori that he can go inside, obviously on the goal before, and he can go outside as well.
Diaz. Poked out as far as Akanji. Doku.
I'm directly on the clock at the moment as well. For this.
Kyle Walker. He might. Had a view of it.
It's just interesting, Kyle Walker, the conventional role he normally does, almost like a third centre-back supporting Savinho from behind, but Gvardio's position's really interesting in this game. At one stage when that cross came in, we saw Saliba and Haaland go for it, and actually Gvardio went for the initial header just before it as well. He's popping up between the lines as well, but this has happened a lot. Arsenal are still in this game on the scoreline, but Manchester City have been far better.
Akanji.
Yeah, we're directly on the spot.
Diaz. Doku.
We spoke about Manchester City before the game, Gary, about what they could do different to dislodge this Arsenal. Just keep an eye on the position of Manchester City's left back. I've just mentioned that Gvardiol, they're thinking they can overload Arsenal at that back post. The crosses from this side through this man, Savinho.
It was pass too heavy for Savinho.
So this is... Right, so he calls Kyle Walker over Michael Oliver. And you see where he walks over towards him. And then he sort of jogs back, turns his back. I think they're complaining that the free kick's been taken before he can get back into his spot. We also think that the free kick was taken away from the position that the free kick was actually awarded in as well. So that's why City are annoyed. You pulled me out of position and you've not let me get back. I'd be annoyed.
No, you can totally understand. It was really interesting. Kyle Walker and Pep Guardiola were screaming at each other when the ball was going back to the actual centre circle to kick off. I don't know whether he was saying get away from the referee now and make sure you don't get a yellow card, or he was actually furious with Kyle Walker not getting back quick enough.
Akanji. Savinho again. Flung towards Doku, just too heavily. Profit by those two today. The City side, Jack Grealish had to give way. Mikel Arteta at least back where he started after a rattling beginning to the game. Arsenal playing most of the game in their own half. end for Arsenal of what has been, of course, this most examining of weeks. On the road at Tottenham and Bergamo, and now here at the English champions.
It's interesting the change Mikel Arteta's made in terms of Ben White going out, Timber going to right back. You see how strong Timber's been at left back.
Well, that's a sensitive one for Arsenal's fans and players, having what happened to Declan Rice a couple of weeks ago.
No yellow card for Doku. Savinho again caught up by Trossard, who's penalised, and now the card is out.
Yeah, he's under a bit of pressure here. England's top referee, Michael Oliver. It's quite hot out there. He's just had to award the yellow card just to try and get a grip of it.
This does have the feel, in very physical terms, of one of those great rivalries here today, which of course is what it has developed into over the last couple of years, but it's laid out all in front of us. There's no hiding place. It has the feel of a sort of United Arsenal back in the day, maybe one of those Liverpool-Chelsea games you played in, Jamie. Those almost institutionalised rivalries.
Oh shit, I've only just noticed.
Needed to come to life, this fixture. Obviously the two managers have great respect for one another, but that's no good for us.
I did not notice that. I am blind.
Doku got it back from Gvardiol. Doku!
There you go.
You need it to be ferocious and fast, and it is.
I was away when it happened.
It was a tight one for offside. I look at the linesman didn't put that flag up. Because the ball doesn't go in, you don't look at it, and then Manchester City have got a corner. Arsenal go man-to-man, couple in that front zone.
Hello, motherfucker.
Savinho's corner.
Hello.
With the clearance. And by Walker,
Right,
gathered by Trossard. Flicked out for Rice.
I'm literally just sitting there.
Walker kept it from Martinelli.
Got lots of other them where they come from, trust me tell you. All of those sounds. I'll play a few now. Hold on. See if you can actually figure it out, find out.
You can see
I noticed on that actually.
Manchester City's 4 defeats since February 2023 have come when Rodri doesn't play.
Here comes the money.
Very well with it.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here we go.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money.
Caught up by Gvardiol. Arsenal have a corner. It is from these, of course, and very recently. The best in the league. He is an ample target.
Indeed, we got Pedro.
Gabriel penalty spot. Saliba beyond the back post with Calafiori. In by Saka, and there was Gabriel again.
What a chance.
Every time the quality seems to be there and they seem to get a head on it. You see Doku, Gabriel, he can't keep hold of him. We saw that last week. He's got to score. We saw that last week when it was Romero trying to stop him. This time it was Doku and he couldn't be stopped. That was the plan, to come round the back, drag everyone into that area to stop Ederson coming forward. The quality's there. Oh, what an opportunity that is. That's what they'd worked on.
How do you stop him?
I'm not sure. I mean, listen, you see Manchester City settled in. That was just a zonal situation. You have one marking the one playing trying to disrupt him, stop his run, but Doku wasn't enough. I actually go back to a time when I was actually trying to stop Duncan Ferguson, would you believe, but we actually put 2 players on him. It might have to be that case, maybe you take someone off the post or you sacrifice a different area, but when someone is that dominant in the air and that much of a problem, you might actually need 2 players on Gabriel.
Rainiers. Holy. Rainy as. Yes!
Kovacic for Rodri. Walker. Away from Bernardo Silva.
It's really good from Saliba.
Partey, Trossard. Will let it roll for Saka. There are 5-6 Arsenal shirts ahead of the ball now. Saliba.
So early in the season, you can't get embroiled at this stage in saying that it's a must-win game for Arsenal, but when you feel the game settled like it has a little bit, it does feel like a moment for them.
Does it feel like a must not lose for Arsenal? They can't afford to go 5 points behind City. I know it's so early, but we all know, we've got experience of City just being a machine, almost feeling unstoppable.
Surely they're thinking to go and try and win this game now. Rodri gone off, they've got back in the game. City are obviously now just settled a little bit from the brilliant football they were playing in the first 15 minutes. Is this not a time for them to step up?
Saka. Trossard. Sorted out by Diaz, forward by Bernardo Silva, back by Saliba.
Just feels like the momentum swung. You've got 5 minutes to half-time.
Martinelli, Fiori. Arsenal's improbable but brilliant scorer.
I am back. Ow.
Gabriel. Martinelli. Gabriel. Martinelli. Trossard!
Oh, it was awkward.
Just over the bar. Went to row.
Not the easiest chance.
What?
But how often do you see
Went into
Kyle
row F.
Walker? This has been a pretty good half for Gabriel Martinelli. He hasn't been quite as confident
Maybe
best
G. I
this
don't know.
season, but he's getting there in this 45 minutes and in
Why
this
have I put this
game,
on
and
here?
Trossard just
Before you.
can't guide it into the corner.
It's a good personal record against Manchester City, Leandro Trossard. A couple of Premier League goals and one you might remember, a 90-something minute equaliser in a Community Shield. Haaland reversing into Gabriel, who certainly wasn't giving way. Out came Saliba. Walker's there ahead of Trossard. And now the flag's up. Next weekend on Sky Sports from the Premier League, Molineux on Saturday evening for Wolves against Liverpool, and then on Sunday we're in Suffolk for Ipswich against Aston Villa, followed in this slot by Manchester United against
Wolves are
Tottenham
bottom of the
from Old
league.
Trafford.
Bottom of the league.
And there's Monday Night Football from the South Coast, Bournemouth against Southampton.
Saliba is now and Gundogan. They are going for City. And City have the ball, pressing really high.
Yeah, I think they have to. City are not in the best moment in this game, and Arsenal look like they're growing in confidence.
Comes in the back of last season. You've got to remember the year before. I think it's scarred Arsenal and Mikel Arteta coming in here, going for man, and
We all go down. We all go
Absolutely
down.
torn
We all go
apart.
down together. Come back up. Hey, shit. Realise. Bazzles.
Savinho. There's definitely something that Manchester City are trying to work it on. You see Guardiola's position then. He's not actually looking for the ball. It's a feat from Savinho in the box. Miles away from the position. We know fullbacks now take up strange positions into midfield, but we're seeing it more and more. We're actually fullbacks are getting into number 10 positions, getting in the box. And the ball's on the opposite side.
What's for Saka? Concern here for Guardiola. Saka for Rice. Who wins Arsenal a corner. Ticking up towards 45 minutes, beyond which there is sure to be a fair old chunk of stoppage time.
This is ahead compared to where I'm watching it, because this is live. I'm not. I'm a few minutes off.
Increasingly intense Mancunian drizzle.
Yeah, they've changed Doku. They've moved Kyle Walker right next to Gabriel.
Gonna hear it in a minute.
Saka takes, Gabriel's in there! Absolutely unstoppable! A force of muscular nature! And Arsenal lead on the champions patch!
You can smell it. 5 minutes to go. Arsenal of last season would have probably sat back a little bit, but they've shifted forward, they've stepped up.
Nothing you could have done.
And there's an inevitability to it, a little bit like last weekend at Spurs. You felt it was going to come. They swapped
Came
Doku out
flying
with
in.
Kyle Walker, but Kyle Walker gets dismissed by Gabriel. You've got to give credit to Arsenal for their concentration on set pieces, the delivery, their aggression in their running, and the timing.
Beautiful corner. Plus 6 minutes,
Well,
Ron.
they're checking on the foul potentially on Edison. Is he blocked? I'm not having that. That's not a foul for me.
The VAR is confirming that the goal should be given. He's confirming various pieces of bodily contact, but none of those is sufficient to deny Gabriel another monstrous moment.
The reason it's a goal, Martinelli did that on the first corner that Gabriel missed. Edison should not have been surprised by it. He cannot get thrown to the ground by Martinelli.
6 minutes of first half stoppage time. Those, though, have only really just begun.
Oh, what a brilliant first half we've had. We thought a Manchester City goal might ignite this game. And from that moment, it's been brilliant. City, a thing of beauty in the first 15 minutes, but Arsenal, I have to say well done to them. To go in at half-time and come back is brilliant.
I mean, just looking at that role, I mentioned before about putting two men on Gabriel. But Kyle Walker and Doku in the initial corner, they're far too close to Gabriel. They're almost trying to get inside his boots. You know what his movement's going to be. And sometimes you can just give yourself a yard and just wait for that movement. And Kyle Walker was frustrated with the first goal, blaming the referee. I'm sure his manager will be looking at him. And he's got to do better on that second goal. It was Guardiola from the touchline screaming at Kyle Walker to change with Doku. I actually think now Arsenal, psychologically, just in everybody's heads every time they get a corner kick. They don't just feel like they're going to score, the opposition feel like they're going to score.
Well, it is the third time in 3 home games this season that Manchester City have trailed here, actually. They conceded early, the first goal of the game, in each case to Brentford and Ipswich, and swatted away those mini problems. This is a different scenario altogether.
Saka's delivery, absolutely pinpoint on both of them.
Yeah, you're right, Gary. I mean, you can talk all you want about the movements and the positions at the back post. Every set piece succeeds or fails on the delivery.
I actually think both of those corners are Edison's balls at his best. I think he's got to come back.
I'm not sure. I just think there's so many bodies at the back post, his own players as well. The whole plan of Arsenal being at the back post, I think, is just to crowd that 6-yard box and put that ball over the set. I think it was difficult for the goalkeeper.
No, there's no doubt it's difficult, but I think at his best he's got to get his hand to that and just touch it away. He knows what's coming. He's been blocked on the previous one by Martinelli.
Akanji, Gundogan. Akanji. Calafiori clear, Walker forward for Savinho. Calafiori's challenge is allowed to go. Much of the stadium doesn't appreciate that. Guardiola took it back from Havertz. Kovacic, urgent. Walker towards half-time. Diaz out of play. And he has it to chase at home, where Manchester City have not lost since the November before last.
Be great, wouldn't it, to have cameras in the dressing rooms at half-time to hear them both speak.
Wouldn't you love to know? This dynamic is just fascinating. Partey, Martinelli, Trossard's giveaway. Partey's challenge, Michael Oliver's on the spot. It's a yellow card.
Yeah, he just slides from a long way away, Partey.
He knows not long left, so I'm just going up the 2 centre-backs. He has Akanji.
Flung in by Walker. Up into the air by Rice. And then by Timber. And now Trossard's emerging.
Oh, he's kicked it away as well. He's get booked.
Oh, he's off.
And he's going to walk. Leandro Trossard is walking on the cusp of half-time. Arsenal have been here before, very recently.
And they aren't learning. And he puts his jumper over his head. I'm not sure he can complain. He's not got a leg to stand on, Trossard.
You know where the frustration will be coming on. We were saying it's over the time, the 6 minutes, but we know that's a minimum time as well. But, Gary, I go back to the first free kick that they give away, Partey. The left back was actually bombing forward. There was like probably 20 seconds to go of the half. Then they get done on the counter. Then the ball goes into the box. And then we have this situation.
The ref's just gone. Off again.
Here it is, Leandro Trossard already in the book when this occurs.
It's a foul, he barges Bernardo Silva, and then he goes and wellies the ball away, puts his foot through it. There, foul, no doubts. The whistle goes there, and then, oh dear. There's the whistle.
There's no doubt he's heard the whistle, but it's one of them. It's so maybe quickly after the whistle he feels he can get away with it. He knows what he's doing.
Well, the reason he knows he's heard the whistle because he half pulls out of kicking away, doesn't he? He doesn't put his foot fully through it. He just sort of like, yeah.
I mean, what is he doing? The position his team find themselves in. And we know how pivotal these games are. When you look at them points totals at the end of the season. Ridiculous thing to do.
He has the love of his boss, the sympathy of Arteta and his staff. Andy Madley, the fourth official down there.
They might not see that. They might not see that the same at the end of the game. They might look upon it as stupidity. I know that they've given him a hug, but I think they'll be disappointed with him when they reflect upon it.
Savinho's free kick, Akanji had a go at it. It's half-time. It is immensely intense. It is fiery, it's contentious. Haaland's 100th goal and Manchester City were 1-0 up. Calafiori's first Arsenal goal, it was one each amid much contention surrounding Michael Oliver, the position of the ball, his dialogue with Kyle Walker. And then beyond that, as we headed into stoppage time, Gabriel got big at another Arsenal corner, deliciously delivered by Bukayo Saka, and Arsenal stole the lead. That and so much more. Boy, what a game. It's City 1, Arsenal 2 at half-time.
I'll be back in a second.
Sky Sports coverage of the Premier League, sponsored by
Don't go doing anything stupid.
The Monopoly game is back at McDonald's with new Power Peel, and the power is at your fingertips. There are more ways to win, and over 70 million prizes up for grabs, including 100 grand in cash. New Monopoly Power Peel. Peel on pack, make moves in app.
On a distant world, darkness marched ever closer. In the hour of reckoning, you stood as one. And all the while, you were vacuuming. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
So, what did you think of the pitch I emailed you?
Yes, the one that you emailed me. I remember. The pitch of Dog Days. What a title. Here we are. Very Victorian, which I loved. Unique relationship is formed. I love unique relationships.
With a twist.
I know, because I read it.
Great. I'm going to tell them you're interested.
At Barclays, we're here for every goal. We're here for every gravity-defying moment. Here for every nail-biting finish. We're here for the heroes on every corner. And for the magicians conjuring tricks. From schools to stadiums, we're here for it all. Barclays, here for every goal.
Today, Polestar released. Tell us what you saw.
I'd never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything move like it. come from the stars? I don't know, but it had one on it.
Make a game of it here.
Oh, penalty. Oh, if one man's going to miss.
Here we go. Te l'avevo promesso. Intense pressure.
One shot!
Yeah.
Not again, love.
That is unreal. Oh, here we go. Absolute perfection.
In this gig, you get comfortable being uncomfortable. The enemy is always adapting. Hey, handsome. Always iterating.
More card price. More card price.
It's called a more card, but I'm paying less.
More card price.
But I'm paying less, not more.
More card price. More card price.
Called a more card. They're everywhere, aren't they?
We've done well.
Can't be
Not
more.
we've. They've done well.
Bob.
Very well. Well supported.
Thousands of more card prices are here.
More card.
Pay less with more card.
More reasons to shop at Morrison's.
Premier League.
What a half of football. I'm not really sure any of us were expecting this, but a brilliant start for City, Micah.
Yeah, I think it's all about Savinha here, coming on the right-hand side, onto his left foot. He could have played it earlier, but he times the ball perfectly well. The weight is brilliant, and then it's a great sort of finish from Haaland. Here, you just have to look at Haaland's position here. This is what we know Haaland for, especially when he was at Dortmund, running in behind. Gundogan occupying the defence as well, so it sort of spreads.
Theo, a different kind of finish, again from Haaland.
And as well, he makes it look so easy because you even look at Rau's position, he makes himself look very small, not coming out and actually sort of on his feet, and it's the near post is a brilliant finish with the outside of the foot.
And then we see the Arsenal response. What a finish. This is from Calafiori, who you could be pointing fingers at for the goal that Arsenal conceded.
Yeah, he didn't start well, but this is absolutely brilliant. I mean, gets rolled back perfectly so he can hit it first time, and it's the only place he can put it. And if you see it from behind the back of him, he knows that he's virtually scored halfway through the shot. It's a brilliant, brilliant finish. You watch here, he's away now. Look, he's away. He knows already. As soon as you hit a ball, you know when it's coming away from the keeper.
What was City so angry about after that goal, Micah?
Well, you see it here with obviously the foul or whatever, and then the way where the foul is for a starter, and then the call over Kyle Walker to see what was going on. He speaks to the referee. Kyle Walker now is jogging back. He should sprint back, in fairness, and now he's basically saying he's not set. Arsenal take the free kick and up against Martinelli, and it was a little bit too easy. I feel sorry for him at the first part because if the referee calls you over...
I was out of position, you can see him saying.
He's not set, but he could have got in position quicker, and then he's too busy arguing. Obviously, Pep's not happy, and it's just been a bonkers first half.
It has, and we weren't finished there. Manchester City had the warning from the set piece. Again, we know Arsenal's strength. We know that Gabriel's trying to get there. Doku's trying to block him. But the warning was there, Theo.
Warning signs were there. The fact that you got someone like Gabriel who is consistently a threat in these set pieces. Kyle Walker, they change it up here. But again, I'm asking questions of Man City. You've got to put one of your strongest headers on the ball, particularly when Arsenal has set pieces. Nicolas Jova, they work on it every day. He was at City. He knows the weaknesses as well at times. So, and they capitalise, and it's an incredible finish. But here, he's just trying to put him off. But he's just too quick. And again, you've got to ask yourself the keeper issues.
Yeah, listen, I'm always worried about the goalkeeper. I give Arsenal credit. They've always got players who come up and who want to head the ball. They're aggressive, they're determined. But Alison's there. I've always said before, your goalkeepers, Edison, they should come with violence, be aggressive. He's just stood there on his heels. But credit to Arsenal, they obviously set pieces, good delivery, and players who are determined to get their head on it.
City in front. Arsenal get themselves back into it and then go in 2-1 up at half-time. But with a man down, because of Trossard's second yellow card just before the break. Was it for the free kick? Was it for kicking the ball away? It was a second yellow. Arteta furious. We've got another 45 minutes of this.
You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
Good half of football.
Sky Sports coverage of the Premier League. Sponsored by We Buy Any Car.
Technology goes beyond special effects or epic camera shots.
We did well. Hi. Do this. I need to do this. Isn't a fair use. You have to have it like this. And I'm gonna quickly just go sources and quickly add a window capture. Well, no, a display capture. That doesn't take up the whole bloody screen. Here we go. Super Alex Barmeringo. I have to do this. You can't watch the full game. So this was our game against Plymouth.
It is a live wire up front for Argyle. Ryan Hardy scored a penalty last weekend against Sunderland as Ajayi hits it forward.
Oh, go
and then the head on by Torbjorn Hegem has found Karlan Grant, left side of the penalty area. Grant onto his right foot. Karlan Grant
he's in the post!
and he hits the frame of the post, cutting in onto his right foot. So unfortunate. Albion keep it alive. Cross comes in from the left. John Swift jumping and nods it backwards.
They're on the break.
Couldn't rise high enough. And Plymouth escape. Albion so close to an early goal, and Karlan Grant will be very frustrated with that one.
Yeah, he certainly will.
Frantic 60 seconds this at the Hawthorns. 0-0. Albion inches away from taking the lead. Here's Mowat. Lovely lofted ball to this right-hand side towards Furlong. Pulls it along the floor. It's left by Ratchett. Comes to John Swift. Can he get a shot away? Out towards Madger it goes. It's blocked. It comes back to Swift. And now here's Mowat trying to bend it towards the far corner. And he's hit the base of the post again. That's twice Albion have hit the post now. First Grant, then Mowat. Albion keep the ball alive with Fellows, who gets the ball in from the right-hand flank. It's headed away, and it will drift on out for a corner. Albion have been denied by the woodwork twice inside the opening half an hour here at the Hawthorns.
Yeah, first the second, the left-hand post from Carl Grant, and this time the right-hand post. And we've got a reluctancy to shoot, because I'm thinking of John Swift there, just hit that. Oh, here we go. What a pass that is.
Ball in behind Mumba towards Fellows, who cuts it back, and there's no one there this time. Mowat was trying to get into the penalty area. Madger had gone towards the near post, and it's cleared by a defender. Out for a throw. Furlong in towards Mowat. 25 yards from goal. Now here's Swift
shoot.
onto his right foot. He will have a go. John!
Oh, there it is! No!
It's hit the post
again!
Incredible. A hat-trick of post hitting for West Bromwich Albion.
Well, I just can't believe it. I mean, John Swift does everything right. I'm going, shoot. He does shoot. He picks his spot. I mean, what do you have to do to score a goal?
Been a second-half team in terms of goals, but very, very balanced this year.
Well, we've been very much a home side as well, but our away form is fantastic. I mean, it looks like, or it seems like the rule book's been, or the stat book's been ripped up and just...
Oh, Bartley took a risk there, and Whittaker takes the ball off him into the penalty area. Whittaker shoots, and it's a save by Palmer. His strike was too close to the Albion number one, Morgan Whittaker.
He's got caught there, Carl Bartley, but look at the reaction of him. I mean, he's put him under so much pressure that he's not been able to get his shot off properly, and it allows Palmer to make a very, very good save. Got to be careful.
Probably sometimes the best chance of the game.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it gets a little, or it seems a little bit easy for us. We get a little bit complacent, Jez. You know, we lose our concentration. Can't allow it to happen.
A pass is played across towards Sissoko, and now here's Giabi on the edge of the penalty area onto his left foot, shooting. It's palmed away by Palmer, straight as far as Sissoko, who shoots and hits the side netting. Another chance goes begging for Plymouth. They want a corner. The referee points for a goal kick. Palmer got just enough on that there.
Palmer, for me, does everything right, but for me at the moment, we're giving it away too easy. We're just a bit sloppy defensively, and, you know, really they should have scored there, Plymouth.
Here is Racic trying to poke it through, just runs into Sissoko. The space was there for Furlong. Albion blocked off though. They regain possession. Mowat fires it into the feet of Furlong. Furlong
good play. Touch it back.
Racic across
there it
goal.
is! Josh Get in there!
There's the goal Albion deserved. And finally, it's a goal at the Hawthorns for Josh Madger. His last one here, December the 2nd, 2023. He's had to wait a while. Albion have had to wait a while today, but finally they've got their just rewards.
He stands in front of the Birmingham Road end and raises his arms in to say, yeah, me again. Brilliant, great build-up play down the right-hand side, and what a ball in, you can see it. And this time he watches it all the way onto his right foot. No, fantastic. So, I mean, he's on fire, really, the boy.
So, there you go. That is it. And it is. I am way behind. Holy.
Maybe we'd say, okay, you're taking one of your strikers off, and it was Trossard who went off. Here, and you'd maybe go, okay, two banks are for him, and just one through the middle who can maybe try and hold the ball up for you. But they've gone to that back five again, as I said, as they did against Brighton. Couldn't hold on to that lead here in that game. Only here today.
Kanji. Walker. This little pass into a corridor for Bernardo Silva. How, Gary, from City's point of view, if at all, does it alter the way they go about it?
No, it doesn't really. It's the perfect team to play against 10 men. They stretch the game, they make the pitch as big as possible. It's just going to be a case of patience and probing for Pep Guardiola's team.
There you go.
Collision early in the second half, as there was early in the first. This one involving Akanji, who's been peeled up off the floor.
Why did they decide to use the word peeled off the floor?
680 days since Manchester City lost at home. Gone down, but a man up. Diaz. Savinho. Walker. Kovacic. Walker and Haaland.
Joe Bartley, man.
Good example of a centre-back doing enough. He doesn't win the header, Saliba, but his body-to-body makes it difficult for Haaland.
Yeah, truly interesting. The two attacks that Manchester City have had have been two opposites, really. We've just seen a cross come in, but just before that, there was a slide rule pass. It was just overhit into Bernardo Silva, and that's what we're different about Manchester City. Most Arsenal will force any team they were up against in this situation out wide and say, go on, cross it. We've got three centre-backs and a wing-back in the back post, but Manchester City won't always cross it. They'll be looking for that little pass there, and another there.
Bernardo Silva, Kovacic! Always a tough ask to keep it down, kicked up in front of him.
Yeah, you go back as a back five, you're expecting the cross, natural movements. As the game goes on, that would be a real problem for Arsenal, I would imagine. There was pullbacks if they get to the byline, but there's frustration in this crowd, and it'll continue. Arsenal playing with the time, as anyone would in this situation.
Yeah, they will put pressure on Michael Oliver. It was a hell of a game in the first half, but and widely regarded as the top referee in this country, but it was as difficult as he's seen a game for a long time, I suspect.
I think some of the frustration that you might hear after the game might actually reference the game between these two last season at the Emirates, and Kovacic was very fortunate not to get a second yellow card, but he probably should have. And the referee that day was Michael Oliver.
Kanji, Kovacic, Walker, Savinho, Kovacic, Akanji, blanket of red in front of Kyle Walker now. Savinho. Yes. Doku. Kovacic. Taken away by Havertz. He'll escape as far as he's allowed to go. It's no foul. City can come back the other way. Gundogan. Oliver's still in the thick of it. Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Got it back from Calafiori. He tumbled and the flag went up. Michael Oliver responding there to his assistant in awarding a free kick.
I think it was a foul. Calafiori just left the hanging leg. Skillful Man City man. He's been really good today, and he has caused that Arsenal left back problems.
One way or another, Ricardo Calafiori is unlikely ever to forget. Bernardo Silva and Gundogan in charge of the dead ball.
Let's go! It's all sort of twisted over.
Flung in by Bernardo Silva, too pacily for Diaz arriving behind the back post.
Look at the weather. It's all shit.
I don't think we're surprised, are we, by Arsenal going to a back five, but are you surprised that they've got a four in midfield and they're not leaving anybody up top? I thought they might go a five, then a three, then a one, and just leave at least somebody up there.
Yeah, we actually looked the way they set up. I think in Havertz and Martinelli, they drop back in and make it a 4, and then thinking, can they get out with the 2? You saw Havertz before on this right wing, almost going on the run. What's really interesting is when he was running with the ball, there was 3 Man City players around him, but almost didn't want to tackle him. I think they're well aware of the tactics Arsenal will use.
Partey's ball forward.
If Arsenal get a free kick, they will just take it really slowly. Manchester City want to keep this ball alive.
Walker.
I'm holding the cup. Oh.
Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker.
Back foot.
Akanji. Walker. Principal part of the first half narrative. Kovacic. Silva. Diaz! Pops it wide.
Well, it was a few years ago that Vincent Kompany, a centre-back, hit a pretty special goal at that end.
When they were all saying don't shoot.
Yeah, me included.
You think of how Manchester City can get a goal, you think in that area, maybe a shot from outside the box, but when it's fallen to those players, no one really strikes you as the type of person or player who can produce that.
Beat the crap out the Villa.
De Bruyne's not playing, Foden's on the bench. I was thinking Pep Guardiola's mind how long it is before he brings Foden off the bench just for that quality on the edge of the box.
Savinho.
We'll go down together.
Squeezed out towards Doku.
Beat the crap out the Villa.
Kept from going behind by Jurrien Timber.
You can see me from it.
Diaz.
Again.
Kovacic. Bernardo Silva, Kovacic. Taken away by Calafiori. White has just stunted out.
Yeah, they've got no outlet at all. I think you'll get a pretty good view of this shape now. See that 5 and then that 4 in front of them. So you've got no one up top.
Walker. Diaz. Savinho, it's come off Gabriel.
The fans are chanting cheating
Body
again.
for Akanji.
Go find absolutely goal. It's funny as.
Diaz. Gundogan.
Caught again, ole ole.
Bernardo
You've got
Silva,
caught again,
Calafiori's
ole
in the
ole.
way.
Caught again. Caught again.
By Walker.
Caught again, ole ole.
For Martinelli, and again there's no one ahead of him.
I'm going to ask you a question now, Cara. There's 35 minutes left on the clock. Can Arsenal keep Manchester City out doing this for 35 minutes?
I think they can. I'm quite sure they will, but we've spoken a lot about two centre-backs. Defensive side of this team. They can go on and win this game in this position. Everyone shut up about them.
Doku.
I like it, I like it.
Got away from Timber. From Havertz, it's a corner.
Yeah, I think because of the fact... Oh, what's this?
They're on with it. It's Gundogan. Down by Kovacic and came to Akanji. And it's got a nick, it's another corner.
Yeah, instinctively I think that Arsenal may need to score again. And part of me just thinks that they get no respite if they haven't got one up top, and I'm not quite sure whether the 3 or the 4 are going to make that big a difference in midfield, but one up top at least, if they clear it, would do something.
There is no hint of respite. Arsenal penned in and prepared seemingly to accept that. Doku. Bernardo Silva, Kovacic. Kyle Walker winds one up. Walker
Oh!
beaten out by Raya.
There's got to be more of that for Manchester City. We've seen Diaz, we've seen Akanji, now Kyle Walker.
A good shot that
That's
was.
why I can't believe Phil Foden's not getting stripped and coming on.
Very good shot.
That quality he's got around the edge of the box. They could get him
What
into
you'd
shoot
expect from Man
positions
City.
4 or 5 times. I didn't expect he would. And he had the ball around here. I'm sure at least one of them would go in.
I think the interesting thing is that you're thinking that you're bringing the deflection into play with the amount of Arsenal and City bodies in front of the person that's shooting, and the goalkeeper may be blocked. So I think that's why it becomes an interesting tactic. It's going to be very difficult to play little passes through that Arsenal. It's a back six at the moment.
I'll be back in a second.
The City crowd responds. Akanji. Doku. Akanji, Doku, Kovacic. Walker. Savinho. Haaland. Gabriel saw it behind. He felt a little bullied. No time to wonder. Walker lifts it in. Haaland's up! Scooped away by Raya. Bernardo Silva high.
The leap from Haaland. Oh, it's mesmerising. And he literally makes Saliba look like he's about 5'3".
That's a good save. And the half volley, as it were, from Raya. After Haaland defied gravity. And Arsenal for now continue to defy Manchester City with their extra man. ...109 passes to 2. There have been many numbers like that, certainly in games between these two over the last couple of years. It is almost literally all City. Diaz. Silva. Nice, couldn't complete a pass there for Martinelli to escape. And so repeat.
Yeah, Martinelli's just getting dragged back into left back against Bernardo Silva.
Gundogan. Akanji. Doku, Akanji.
It's literally all
Kovacic.
City.
Walker deflection. Corner.
Yeah, there's that deflection you're talking about, Gary. We actually go back to the fixture at the Emirates last season. It was a deflection that won that game. I think it was Martinelli, and something nicked off someone. Arsenal went on to win that game.
Gundogan. By Timber, Partey couldn't take it. Guardiola! He's in the way again.
He gets down so well there, Raya. It's right underneath him and close to him. He's got that challenge of deciding whether it's with his feet or his hands. He just gets down and it just bounces up. Little bit of luck that Paul Merson mentioned just as we went into the second half there. He gets his arm to it in the end. I just think they might just need someone up top. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's hard work, this.
For those of us sat in this stand, there's a crick in the neck developing, looking left the whole time. Walker. Savinho. Diaz. Walker. By Saliba. Calafiori juggling. Rice prodding clear for touch, and it'll come again.
Yeah, I think the one player that needs to take a little bit more responsibility for Arsenal is Calafiori. He needs to get out there against Bernardo Silva and just release Martinelli back inside. I feel like he's just sort of tucking in far too much. And
it's like a 6-3 the formation,
yeah,
isn't it?
He's just got to get out.
For Arsenal here, permanent defensive tension. Savinho. Diaz. There's Saliba again.
Can't believe Pep hasn't made a substitution. I mean, how can you question that man, the success he's had? But he's still got his back four on.
Doku. Akanji. White stretched out a leg. And Rice has an out ball here. Martinelli, but he hasn't got it for long.
No, such a long run for him. It's 50-60 yards just to get to the halfway line to try and compete with a very fresh Kyle Walker, who's not having to move around a lot.
Gundogan for Savinho to worry Calafiori. Lost.
Yeah, that's better. I think Calafiori's got to get out there and be the left back that defends that wide area, whoever's there, and just release Martinelli back into midfield so he can spring forward.
He's actually playing more narrower in a back five than he was in a back four.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks for that.
The set piece is respite. It's time, and for City folk it's impatience. Raya has sat down. Havertz had gone over to talk to his boss.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that that's probably a tactic.
He's getting booked here on the bench. It might be Jorginho, who you've spoken to before by the fourth official. Yeah.
He's picked someone out from amongst the animated Arsenal substitutes. Miles Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, but the fourth official, Peter, just before that actually went right down the touchline to speak to Jorginho. He was passing on instructions from the sideline to the goalkeeper. But Mikel Arteta there, he knows how important these next 30+ minutes are. And we've spoken so often about him being a disciple of Pep Guardiola. I think we're going to see a lot of Jose Mourinho traits between now and the final whistle.
I want to know, Jamie, if that is the first example ever of a player picking up his first Premier League booking before he's made his Premier League debut.
I think you know the answer.
Raya, unsurprisingly, is fine. City will be keen that the referee has added on the time that has elapsed.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva's not happy. He's getting on to Michael Oliver because it's just given Arsenal a chance to just regroup, have a little rest.
Forward by Guardiola. Haaland at the back of Gabriel. Who, as things currently sit, has the potential to be Arsenal's match winner in a massive away game for the second successive weekend. But there is a long, long 25 minutes ahead of him and Arsenal. Walker, Haaland. Gabriel almost like a rugby union full-back kicking for touch.
The idea for any team in this situation, not just Manchester City, is can you get the ball wide, can you isolate maybe a wing-back? You should be able to get crosses in, no problem. That's what Arsenal wants. Another tactic is, can you make a few passes and get a shot away?
Doku's dancing and going to ground. Michael Oliver had a very good view. Timbers was the challenge. Here's Kovacic. Arsenal hurriedly refine that robust shape. Again.
He's a good defender, Timber. He really is. Get really aggressive against the ball. He gets tight.
Doku. Here by Havertz. Phil Foden's about to come on. A quarter of the football match still to play. Savinho.
Ooh, ee, witty, bum, witty, woo. Running past the defender, scoring 1 or 2. He loves scoring, loves scoring,
Diaz, Walker, Diaz.
Touches on the edge of the box. Got to be 2-touch. Move on quickly, or touch and hit.
Akanji hits.
You made a point before about who should those players be at the edge of the box that are receiving it for City. They probably should be the players who have got... you want it to be De Bruyne if he was fit, wouldn't you?
That's why I just can't believe Phil Foden's about to come on now, but for me that should be...
Savinho!
Not earlier.
Yeah, I just wonder whether Bernardo Silva and Foden can play more centrally at the edge of the box when that ball gets recycled, and maybe he can move a centre-back forward into the box if a cross goes in.
It's interesting who's coming off. Doku, he's not his best game, but he's still got the back four on. Man City.
Surprised they're taking Foden on.
Well, Phil Foden had the second half of the Champions League game midweek, but he appears in the Premier League on this his home ground for the first time since scoring those goals which won the league against West Ham in May. Diaz got a hit to, or collided with, Havertz.
It's just that left arm. But it's what Arsenal really do want. It's a free kick high up the pitch. Waste a bit more time and maybe get 1 or 2 bodies forward.
I mean, it's silly from Diaz.
Game week.
I mentioned before, there was a time when Havertz had the ball, there was 2 Man City players round.
Game week, I've already got
challenge him.
67
You're
points.
worried about giving a set piece away. Exactly what Arsenal want and need.
Well, I said they get a couple of bodies forward. They've got 5.
Actually, a fair degree of adventure being displayed here by Arsenal in this rare moment. And Rice plays it in, and Calafiori was looking to blunder through. That was an important fetch from Timber. White sprays it diagonally, and Walker's looking nervously over his shoulder at Martinelli. Not nervous for very long.
Oh, he had to protect the ball there, Martinelli, and be stronger. It was a good pass from Ben White.
Foden for the first time, fresh and busy. Kovacic with him. 70 minutes and beyond. Arsenal have done it for 25, 26. To do it for 20 minutes more. Kanji.
I just feel there's too many touches taken on Manchester City players in that position. Just move on to the next man.
Kovacic and Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Kanji, Foden. Diaz! And Deflected very benignly for David Raya.
Oh, it's time to set it up. Doesn't fall into the path of Foden. Calafiori just had his arms up in the air and he's just fallen to the ground as if he's saying, I need to come off. Kivior, is it maybe, has come back.
Kivior to become Arsenal's 4th different left-back of the season already.
I mean, how big is this last 20-25 minutes, Gary, in terms of psychologically a result, what it could do for the title? We know how important these head-to-heads are.
Well, it's huge. The fine lines we're working on. I mean, you wouldn't be surprised if we were sat here in April, May, thinking Arsenal are within 1 point, and you're looking back at games like this and moments like this. Last season, the game so close.
Think of how important the away games are, how tough the away games we've had. Arsenal already winning with a clean sheet away at Aston Villa, winning a clean sheet away at Tottenham. They can hold on here.
I just think City don't get beat here. Arsenal don't win here. So to try and shift that mountain that is Manchester City, you've got to do something special, and this would be really special.
Well, Jakub Kivior was actually Arsenal's starting left-back here on the last day of March when they got that goalless draw, which at the time was perceived to be such a triumph in the context of last season's title race. His only competitive action this season so far was for Poland at Hampden Park in the Nations League at the start of this month. So Calafiori, what an experience of the English Premier League. One gorgeous stroke of his left foot, but also an examining period in terms of his day job as on the left side of Arsenal's defence. From the right side, here's Timber.
He's had such a good start to the season, Timber. I think on and off the ball. He's been shifted to right back today. He's done well.
Guardiola. Bernardo Silva. Martinelli in reverse. Diaz. Walker. Foden. Every touch from this range is a temptation to shoot.
Just feels like Diaz has been on the ball more than any other City player. I think he needs to sort of
get out the way.
Bernardo Silva and Kovacic.
I think there's someone, maybe John Stones, I think a little bit more culture, not even just for the shot, but maybe a little clever pass rather than Akanji and Ruben Diaz constantly be on the ball around the edge of the box.
Stones will be with us in a minute. Akanji. Walker. Let's hit Rice. Martinelli turned what might have been a corner into a throw. Kovacic. Akanji. Savinho. The last quarter of an hour. Akanji. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Kovacic. Again, it's Diaz who dispatches the eventual shot.
Yeah, the first signs of frustration behind us here. We're very close with the Manchester City fans, and they're not liking the fact that they can see what's happening like we can, that Akanji, Diaz and Walker are spending far too much time on the ball.
I mean, defensively, Arsenal are fantastic, we know that. They're in real defensive mode right now, but I just thought Manchester City would be the one team who would handle this situation better than anyone. But they've been really poor, far too slow with the ball on the edge of their own box.
Foden out of a tighter spot. Akanji and Arsenal hurriedly funneling back. In a football match which is essentially now all about time and what can be achieved in the remaining time. Gundogan and Haaland.
Well, we've all played in games like this and you start to get more confident, don't you? The more you defend, the more you trust each other. You see that in Arsenal's demeanour.
Stones and Grealish ready to come on. Gundogan, Haaland, Gundogan, Diaz. Akanji, Diaz, Foden wriggling.
Not
shots
doing
on
good
Manchester
for City
City
at the moment.
the best of angles.
Arsenal aren't even playing well, and Arsenal are doing better because they haven't conceded.
Kyle Walker replaced by John
City are
Stones.
just doing whatever City do.
Savinho, who flew into
Not
the game.
Scoring.
Excellent over the first quarter of an hour,
Not
replaced
really,
by
no
Jack
problem.
Grealish.
Big support over him.
Yeah, it looks like Stone's gone into midfield, or he's just gone back now. He's sinking back into well, you know, he's pushing forward ahead of Diaz. Looks like there's a back three there for City of Akanji, Diaz and Guardiola, with John Stones and Kovacic in front.
John Stones, of course, scored, and it was his only goal of the season, one of the most important goals of last season for Manchester City in that tight game at Anfield. Near post flick from a corner. Akanji.
It sounds like Stones has gone as a centre forward.
Kovacic, he's got a yard.
Ooh.
He's cleared the crossbar by a yard.
There's something in John Stones' position, or Guardiola at times actually giving you some box presence. Maybe it just pushes the defence back, maybe gives you a little bit more time on the edge of the box. There's only really Haaland going in there and the ball's coming back and you're thinking it's going to be crossed in. I mean, you've conceded actually a lot of shots this season, Arsenal, would you believe, but the XG value of many of them being really poor. I'm sure that'll be the same here, especially in the second half.
Akanji.
Yeah, a lot was made earlier in the week about Arsenal having that days less to prepare for this game, and the fact that they were away in Atalanta and they may tire. They're obviously down to 10 men. This is the period of the game if there was going to be some fatigue setting in. We'll see it. No evidence so far.
Gundogan, Kovacic. Guardiola. Kovacic. Guardiola. Foden. Diaz thought about it. Kovacic couldn't take it with him. Rice ran into trouble. Partey tries to pick a route out of trouble. Martinelli will be glad to hold it for a second or two. Held it then with some poise. Partey. Kivior.
Yeah, whatever happens in this next 10 minutes, this has been a very good day for Martinelli. I think defensively and I think on the ball.
It is a most curious, engrossing football match. Like few others you ever see. Kovacic. Guardiola. Gundogan. Akanji. Bernardo Silva, Rise, thankful for that.
We know Arsenal are brilliant defensively, but this is the ultimate test of defensive endurance against the best team in the land on the ball.
Concentration levels need to be their absolute maximum. If Arsenal can hang on here, you can imagine the scenes at the end of the game. Arteta on the pitch, the players going to salute the supporters. because they'll know how big it is. And what a start to the season it would be for them if they could hang on. 3 really tough away games, 9 points out of 9.
By Kovacic on Havertz. The difference for Arsenal between tonight being top of the league or being 5 points behind Manchester City. And they are loving the rear guard. Arsenal haven't won on this ground since the 18th of January 2015. Cazorla, Giroud.
Well, I was at the bit, they're about to again. 82 minutes. This would be funny as they actually win. This would be laughable.
Flicked in by Rice. Who was, and this is familiar, just booked for delaying the restart. In front of their own, Arsenal with the throw-in. Kivior. Carabao Cup this week, Manchester City less than 2 days, or just 2 days, to prepare for the visit of Watford in that competition. Sky Sports Plus, day longer for Arsenal before they take on Bolton in the same competition. Gundogan. Kovacic. Akanji. Bernardo Silva. Diaz. Grealish. Akanji.
Yeah, they're hitting that point, Manchester City, of not having any idea about how to play against what they're facing.
I just don't understand why they don't move Ruben Diaz from that position. I understand he's the centre-back and then he moves forward, so he's in the centre of the pitch, but somehow just trying to get Phil forward in the centre, 25 yards from goal. Keep moving the ball wide and then try and get it to him on the edge of the box. That's got to be a tactic. It's going to be difficult for Man City to score from across with those 3 or 4 big defenders in the middle.
Bernardo Silva. And Diaz. Oh, it's flying into the top tier.
Well, the reason you can hear a lot of boos is because Michael Oliver is dismissing cramp as an idea. Martinelli's gone down on the floor again, and he told him to get up, and he's just not having it, the referee. I don't think he's buying it.
Gabriel Jesus being prepared, a 4-time Manchester City Premier League champion, to help, if he can, keep City at bay for 5 more minutes plus stoppage time. Arteta getting involved in the vicinity of the ball, and even an uncertain glance between friends there, Guardiola and Arteta. Bernardo Silva, Diaz, Akanji. Arsenal at the point where they can smell it. Diaz, Foden, Vardiol, right up plunged again.
Well, he's done his job well in the second half, Ryan. 2 or 3 times, and on top of that, coming out and collecting crosses.
God's sake, and the goalkeeper's had a brilliant week.
Chases for Martinelli. And City quickly on with it, as they're obliged to be. Akanji.
He's looking with a shot as he Ruben Dias.
Last 3 minutes. Diaz. Saliba's header clear.
I mean, they've got to get Ruben Dias off the ball.
Akanji, Haaland's up, Saliba's up too. Partey partially clear. Kovacic. Akanji. Diaz again. Vardiol. Diaz. Bernardo Silva. Akanji. Kovacic. Grealish. Kovacic, he's got a yard, but not for long. Akanji, when does the shot come? Kovacic, Foden. Grealish, a man of ideas, they need an idea. Kovacic. Diaz! Foden! Haaland! And still no.
I mean, listen, I've got no skin in this game, but just watching Ruben Dias in the position constantly on the edge of the box, I can't believe Phil Foden is not in that position. Phil Foden at times is standing in the box, just waiting for something to drop. Oh, Arsenal now just playing with time. I think Michael Oliver's aware of that, but you can understand the situation Arsenal find themselves in.
A minute to find a way. Arsenal triumphant at Tottenham, resilient in Bergamo, and now on the cusp of being triumphant in Manchester. A monumental week, which is this close to an idyllic climax.
Yeah, it's almost like Timbers seized up. He's gone down now. Yeah, he's just waving him on, Michael Oliver.
Raya's been invited to kick the ball out.
Oh, they're going to carry on. It hasn't gone out.
Oh, it's not gone out. Oh, Michael Oliver. Oh, dear.
Well, we're going into 7 minutes of stoppage time. Goodness knows how many more minutes will be added on top of that, because this is just the latest tiff.
I mean, this is what you want from Arsenal. If you're an Arsenal fan, you're an Arsenal player, this is the cuteness, the wily old fox. I mean, City are the team that have been around the block, the most experienced, but the maturity that this Arsenal team is showing here, it's frustrating for the City fans. But Arteta is demonstrating, I think the word ends in housery.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva's been booked for what he had to say.
Teta's not happy with the added time. He's trying to do a Ferguson when he gets any more added on.
You can't just start buying your minutes though at 90. You've got to start working on that from 65, 70 onwards.
And the press conference Friday.
Timber has given way, and this is Miles Lewis-Skelly, who turns 18 this Thursday, still just 17, an Islington boy at Arsenal since the age of 9. England under 19 international.
Well, Mikel Arteta at half-time, he's gone to work. He's put a 5-4 system in place. He said, we're not going to attack, we're going to defend the whole game. 6-3, really. We're going to go down every 5 minutes with cramp. We're going to stop the game.
Akanji, Haaland. I can wrap it up again.
Goalkeeper now. I think Jose Mourinho somewhere in Turkey watching this game with a right grin.
It's not done yet, but given the circumstance, from Arsenal to this point, a remarkable effort.
Man City, 24 shots to none. On target, 7 to none.
But you can understand it from Arsenal's point of view. The stakes are so high. This team have pipped them twice to the title. And this club feel now they're now ready to go that one step further. Coming to the stadium of your rivals and picking up 3 points is as big a statement as you can make.
Bernardo Silva, Foden, defining moments potentially. Gvardiol, Grealish, Gvardiol, Diaz.
Late one here, I bet.
Foden, Bernardo Silva, Foden.
There's another one-sided goal, Phil Foden.
That's a good
Just
defense.
haven't worked it to him, surely that was the tactic when he came on. Work the ball to a situation where it ends up a Foden. I understand they'll press Foden a lot quicker than they will Ruben Diaz.
Gvardiol, Grealish, got it back from Havertz. Grealish, Foden. For Arsenal folk, this second half will have lasted what feels like an eternity, and it's still not quite done. Gabriel Jesus wants to run away with it.
Go on.
Oh, Skelly, what a stage for him to come onto. Kovacic, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Diaz away from him by Partey, and back by Foden.
Must be some job second half this from Arsenal. We questioned it early on, having no one up top. They just backed themselves to keep Manchester City
have
out.
a full 10.
Not got long to go.
Back 10.
Foden. Akanji.
Including the goalkeeper.
Bernardo Silva. Attempted defending
Brilliant
again.
from Gabriel Jesus. Kidded Bernardo Silva, they let him have that space. Read it.
Oh, he's not running out for a corner.
Oh, go on, that was
Referee's
great.
assistant was awarding a corner, or so it seems.
Yeah.
Jesus has lost his slipper. He's also got a card.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva's trying to play a short one, which is just incredible in itself, because they've been playing around that box for the last 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and not done a thing. You're better off just putting it in there. This is it.
Bernardo Silva,
Oh,
what
well
a
done.
claim from David Raya.
Oh, that's what you want from your goalkeeper. That is so what you want. Look at them all. They're hugging him, they're congratulating him. Well done, David Raya. I absolutely love what you've just done.
Well done, that man, Mikel Arteta. He was questioned when he brought David Raya in. Well, there's absolutely no doubt it was the right decision to bring Raya in for Ramsdale.
Raya with a catch potentially to win the match. And a clearance towards Havertz.
Ooh.
And Ederson had to stand his ground. And Gvardiol can go the other way. 96 and a half of 97 minutes. There may be more beyond that. Grealish. Jack Grealish across goal, and it bounces behind for a corner.
Well, I just heard from VAR that they're going to play to 99 minutes. There's 2 more minutes left.
For City, this is 999. Grealish. Kovacic! It's 2-2! At the very last!
Oh, it's gone off between the benches.
John Stones takes the acclaim! City are out of jail! And Arsenal are downcast!
That is amazing.
And this is now beyond fractious.
Oh shit, it's kicked off.
A crazy climax! A furious reaction!
Well, we just heard the shout for 99 minutes. They're going to check the offside. There's a suggestion maybe that it did it hit Guardiola's arm. I don't think it did, but it falls to John Stones. And the agony.
Oh! Oh, there's the goal, but it's gone off on the pitch again.
Oh, it's
Haaland was looking to blunder through in search of what would be a winner here for Manchester City.
Oh, I love a bit of needle.
More than a bit.
Hello. It did not.
City feel it's time here for a winner.
Oh, the desolation, the agony for Arsenal when they conceded that goal. Yeah, it's just Haaland barging into.
He's well within his rights, Haaland. We saw that early on in the game as well. Opposition now just trying to stop people from kick-off.
VAR has described it as a reckless barge by Erling Haaland.
Haaland's eyes when he looked at Lewis Skelly is almost like he was going to eat him.
We're past 99 and ticking up towards 100.
Oh, he smiles a little bit.
Hello, motherfucker.
There you go. Hello. There we go.
What a battle. What a bout. A warmth of handshake which contrasts hugely with a fractious climax, at the heart of which was John Stones.
Was football. 2-2 with a late minute winner. How lucky do you have to get with that as well? How lucky. Right, you lot, next I'll be doing, might do either the Sheffield Wednesday or the Oxford. I'm doing good, how are you? I'm either doing the Sheffield Wednesday or I'll be doing the Oxford game for the Baggies. So, I'll be my next. So, yeah. Who dare ping one? Good, good. So, let me quickly bring this up. Right, you lot. BC, yeah. I don't know when I'll be. Soon. Alright, anyway. See you lot. Bye.